Coming inside of the show right now, the one and only Sean Hall, founder and CEO of Wellious. Did you know that almond protein powder is a thing? I don't think I knew. I don't think I knew this. I don't think I knew
I
this.
knew.
I did not know. I did not know. Wellious, okay, is a 4-ingredient protein powder brand, protein brand. And I think this is especially significant because a lot of movement happening in health and wellness. And you'll notice like even like some of the most popular products that are winning and crushing, like you look at the ingredient list, there's like, 90 some odd ingredients on those things. Like, what are some of them? Don't know. How do I pronounce them? Not sure. There's opportunity when they're zigging, you zag. There's a lot of opportunity and money to be made. And Sean Hall is doing that exactly over at Wellious. We must bring him inside of the show. Very welcome, Sean Hall, founder and CEO. Get in here, Sean. Get inside this show.
What's up, guys?
Sean, man, we appreciate you making the time to join us. Welcome to the show, brother.
Yeah, of course. I saw your last guest was Dan. He's a personal buddy, and
Is it really?
Give him a little shout out. I'm a customer of his as well, and great product.
Let's go.
We're all just trying to save the world one better for you CPG product at a time.
That's right.
That's
one
awesome.
better for you product at a time. Sean, it could be too. My last name Hall. I think we may be connected way back, Sean, somewhere. Wow. I'm not sure, but it may just be that we are kin and second cousins back there. Not sure. Okay, Sean.
As well.
Do you have a cowboy hat? Is it ready to roll, Sean? Can you hit that thing right now? You don't have to. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Next time, Sean. Okay, tell us about how you got Wellious up and rolling. I did not know that you could do like almond protein powder, etc. I think the 4 ingredients thing, very unique to me. And also I heard like you have done this thing with like, you got rolling with like $3,000 in cash or something and have scaled up from there. I mean, give us the backstory on this.
Yeah, definitely. It started a few years ago. I had some personal health stuff come up and felt kind of extra crappy for a few months, and just made me extra conscious of what I was and was not consuming. And that coincided with running out of the protein powder I was using, always with the assumption like this is a health product, it's good for me. And then kind of when I was needing to buy more, I turned it around and realized it was filled with the same ingredients I was trying to avoid in junk food and this hyper processed food. And honestly, it started like, from your intro, it wasn't really like, this is an opportunity, in the market. It was just like a nerdy obsession with like, can I make something better that like even I would want? And I was trying to solve this big matrix of like, I needed something that wasn't whey because that was bothering my gut. But any like,
this is a big point. This is a big point, bro. We have heard this again and again.
And again.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. But this point,
no, definitely, it really is. There's so many people. It's not even about like plant-based or vegan protein. It's just like a lot of people can't have dairy or dairy derivatives, and so I was one of those. But anything plant-based I had tried required like this major sacrifice in taste and texture, and so I was trying to solve that problem. I wanted to use none of these additives that pretty much every single product on the market use: sugar, alcohols, and natural flavors, and seed oils, and different additives. Ultimately ended up creating Wellious, and really unique formula. Only people doing it exactly. But we take almonds from California, we extract all the saturated fat from them, leaves you high protein per gram and calorie, and then we blend it with a chickpea protein innovation to like balance the amino acid profile and taste and texture stuff. And then we do very simple flavors. We're one of the only ones that uses actual cocoa for our chocolate, or real vanilla extracts for our vanilla, and then just a drop of pure monk fruit to sweeten it. And I think the cool thing is it's like it tastes incredible. It truly is this clean label, but like you actually feel the difference of that, not only in like the flavor and the way it functions, but like kind of tangibly, instantly. People are like, oh, this is the first one that doesn't bloat me or give me stomach cramps, or obviously there's long-term benefits to eating clean too, but people also kind of notice the immediate effects.
Sean, I cannot tell you how many times I have been slugging down a protein shake and that exact feeling of the whey protein, and I can feel my gut expanding in real time and be like, I immediately regret this. I see this as such a striking pain point that you're hitting. And it is very successful. From what I found from last reported is I mean, you've hit this thing at 7 figures in close to 2 years. You can correct me if I'm wrong too, that is this year you're up over 850% year over year, which is like a
That's kind
banana
of,
wild,
is that
wild
for
number.
real?
That was probably our last LinkedIn post, which was like a year ago. And so I think a year from that, we were up 850%. This year
Wild.
over year, we've about tripled the business since probably that post.
Sean, let's go,
Wow.
baby. Let's go. That's a double eagle right there.
That's a double eagle.
Incredible, man. Wow, triple the business. That's fantastic, brother. Awesome.
But yeah, it was a true bootstrap. Once I created that, I started with $3,000. That was the all-in budget to make like the first 100 units. I made the brand myself, website, everything. That was all in. And then we went through the cycle of just selling out. I'd use the profit from that to make 3 times as much product. That we really did that like 12 times and got to over 6 figures or to 6 figures a month in sales. Team was just me. Still didn't have a credit card in the business, which is, just tough to do in CPG because it's just so cost intensive.
Oh my gosh.
And then, this last year we, built some team and brought in more resources and, kind of building, through the 7-figure range. But
fantastic.
Let's go,
man. Fantastic.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Talk to me about growth. I just recently in my career, I guess I can't say that because I used to have a coffee company, but anyway, let's like forget the coffee company, which was like kind of like almost pre-Facebook ads. Like forget that. I really just had my first like serious foray into CPG in our kind of modern internet e-commerce, ecosystem inside of the last year. Wellness specifically, okay, supplements, CPG, etc. Brother, we had a hard time on Meta. I mean, things changed on Meta overnight. We went from crushing on Meta to like CPMs tripled, quadrupled, and it's like, do we have a way forward? For me, we had great success getting over on AppLovin. I ask this because I just wonder on your side, business growing so much, like what has like growth looked like for you guys? Like what's worked, what hasn't, what's that looked like? Because there's a lot of CPG founders that would like to be in your shoes, and we tripled over the past year. It's awesome. What's that look like, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, I think the truth is it's hard. Like people winning, it's hard to overestimate how much volume is behind that, like the amount of impressions, regardless of the platform you're kind of reaching people across, and whether it's organic or paid. You really, to cut through the noise these days, need to reach a lot of people. And to your point, I think like the diversification of your mix. I mean, it's great if you can find one platform that solely scales you up, but it's going to be really hard from a CAC perspective. And so originally I built a business to the first kind of million on mostly non-paid at all. And so it's pretty much influencer and organic content, which was great, but it doesn't last forever. It's still a huge part of our mix and something we believe in deeply. But as we build out the paid levers, we've found, good success in kind of these alternative platforms to Meta that everybody's, kind of obsessed with. But yeah, AppLovin's been awesome. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, it's just like, where are your customers, and can you kind of put your story in front of them? And, AppLovin does a good job at that, especially with kind of more longer form content, where you can tell a story versus needing to hook somebody in just a second. So that's been great. But yeah, candidly, it's definitely a mix of this organic and influencer forward marketing and these like paid levers underneath foundationally to scale with it.
It's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Sean, could you talk a little bit about one of those actually collaborations that you mentioned? I think you collabed with Healthy Girl Kitchen, and they have like 10 million followers. Walk me through how you like built that out, how you worked through that, how you worked through that type of a collaboration at that scale that is pretty sizable.
Oh.
Yeah. Danielle is the founder of Healthy Girl Kitchen. It's her handle and channel. She's incredible. Was very lucky to get her product in the early days and was just stoked that it was in her household. But she quickly became a big fan of the product and was sharing it organically. And, that's obviously amazing as someone who could be commanding kind of crazy rates. But I think that's something we find is when someone really loves your product, like it takes on a life of its own because of that.
Totally.
But then, we became friends and, started working together more. And then, decided like made perfect sense to kind of make a flavor. So we made a peanut butter chocolate with organic peanuts, still 4 ingredients, Healthy Girl Kitchen by Wellious. And we launched that. We've sold out of that twice. We've sold, I can't say the exact number, but a lot of that product. And
let's go.
Really cool because that one is so authentic that there's just like mutual respect, and she loves our product and platform, I love hers, and so was able to just like make something really great for both of our audiences, and then just press the gas on it.
I love this because I found this when I was at a small baseball company that became not so small very quickly. It's called Bruce Bolt. They did batting gloves. It's like very niche in the baseball world, but like with the right creator, like doing a collaborative product together, like that, like hit a number of times. Like if it's the right person, for the right niche and the right product, all of that. And we had the CEO of Magic Mind on this show, and he said that I this has stayed with me because it's so interesting when it comes to creators, influencers, and partnerships, etc. He said among all of their testing with the different people that they have worked with, the people who drove the most sales were the people who authentically liked the product the most. that's the common denominator. It's not even like number of followers. It's just like
it's not a
this
secret.
person vibed the most.
Consumers are smart, they get it, and it's just like they can tell when someone was paid a lot of money to say something they don't believe versus when someone's just talking about something they love. And there's too many products, there's too many options that I think if you don't have that like lever of authenticity, and I know that word's like overused in our space and can sound PR-fied, but there is a real like truth to it.
Yeah, there's a real there.
Sean, I think one of massive lever in your business is this subscription piece, because that is ideally who you have moving forward. How are you getting someone right now to commit to this reoccurring order? How are you growing this subscription piece? Because it is such a priority right now in D2C.
Oh, it is, no doubt.
Yeah, no, definitely something everybody's thinking about. I think for us, it's interesting. We're lucky that as like a product category, we're just naturally, there's like this inherent residual usage. If somebody likes the product, they're going to use it regularly. And I think everybody's trying to make their product like, this has to be a daily habit. You have to use it once a day, twice a day. I don't really like to, force things on the consumer. Like if you use protein powder once a week, that's awesome. We have people that use it 4 times a day because they do it in their morning coffee, and then they do a half scoop in their yogurt to add protein.
In the coffee.
And then they're making, it's just like, it's like a better for you kind of creamer. And then like people put in their brownies, and like, so it's in their dessert too. And so we have those super users, but all to say, like, no matter how like often the cadence is, people are definitely using it regularly. And so it makes sense for someone to subscribe to us. And so we always saw just like these naturally good subscription rates, like even when we weren't doing anything tactical to get them, a good portion of first-time customers just subscribed. You always have kind of a subscribe and save type of thing. I think now we try to get a little more purposeful about it because we know consumers want to do that. So it's like, can we, make this an even steeper discount? Can we add like, good perks along the way? Can we do extra special stuff for our subscribers? Because really it's just a win-win. Like if we get them on subscription, it obviously helps kind of our LTV business model side and lets us grow faster. But I wouldn't do it unless it's also a win for the consumer, where they're like, okay, I can lock this in, I can save time, I can save money every month, there's cool perks with this. And it's just like, a win for both sides. And I think the more you can dial that in, that user experience kind of win, then you get the back end of the business model win, and which ultimately equates to the LTV that you kind of need these days to grow fast in our world because of where we're
totally. Well,
absolutely.
And I think the fact that you're the way that how you're growing and the rate at which you're growing, to me, it says that you've got a great product.
Absolutely.
I feel I'm to be honest, I'm a little shocked. I'm a little shocked because like almonds, when I think almonds, I think really expensive. That's what I think. And it's like takes a lot of water, and it's like to me, it's like kind of crazy that you've been able to make this thing work. But the fact that it's growing the way that it is, to me is like proof in the pudding. Like you've got a better cup of coffee. You've got a better product that people actually are knowing and loving and enjoying, which is why you're seeing the rates that you are. I mean, talk to me a little bit about like the COGS piece of this, Sean. Not to get into your numbers on that, but like like just making this whole thing work, bringing the almonds in from California, somehow sucking the saturated fat out of there. It's all kind of crazy, man. Is it not?
It is. I've been in the food space for a while, so I take it for granted, but it is crazy and cool. But yeah, I mean, we sit in the premium part of the market, even though we're priced very similarly to brands that use a lot cheaper ingredients than us. And so, it makes sense that we're winning. Something that helped me early on is even from the beginning, because I cared about the product so much, like I went down to the farm levels to source. And so I was working like directly with farms and distributors, and usually you're 4 layers, through a broker and another ingredient broker to the manufacturer or whatever. And that's where people are kind of sourcing. And so, and I was able to like build these relationships early on where I was like, hey, one day we'll be bigger. Like, let us get some bulk pricing, even when we're ordering 1 pallet, even though the MOQ is, 10. And so that was cool. So from the beginning, I was able to have like better COGS than we should have for the size business. And then obviously kind of now that we have more scale, we have that ability to have a little more leverage. Also, like whey prices have gone through the roof because of this protein boom. And so like that used to be an advantage for whey, is like their COGS are just straight up cheaper than even pea protein and stuff. But now not really. And so the market's starting to kind of level out too, where even these lower quality products or these more commoditized products are like, if they're not already, their price will be going up, whereas like
fascinating
going down.
Sean, you just talked about a lot of the COGS and a lot of scaling issues that you're running into. Is raising capital on the table for you at all, or are you going to stay lean, going to stay bootstrapped for this thing and just keep rocking and rolling?
Yeah, no, we have raised after we kind of got over the $1 million mark last year. Like I said, team was just me. We were turning down a lot of opportunities, selling out of products, so it needed to bring in a little resources. So yeah, no, did a small raise about a year ago from some really killer partners, and yeah, that kind of allowed us to move forward with like building some team and investing into those levers and that kind of stuff. It's really hard to build in the space, especially, and just like fulfill what's possible without some sort of capital source. There's definitely a lot of different ways that looks like, but venture or just equity raising in general tends to be kind of the best solution to be able to press the gas in the way you want. But it's hard out there, and we were lucky because I had done a lot with a little, and so I think that was a good story to raise on. But no shortage of hundreds of CPG founders, and it's a hard fundraising environment.
Absolutely.
Now, what is there a time coming, Sean, when I may be able to just slip down the street here in Central Texas, go to HEB and pick up some Wellious? I mean, is there a time coming on the retail side here in Central Texas? What might that look like, sir?
Yeah, I mean, if we go anywhere, we're going Central Texas.
All right. Let's go. If we go anywhere, we're going to Central Texas. I like that attitude.
We do have a lot of Texas customers. No, we've been purposefully patient on retail just because this product can be so big online and it takes all your capacity. But we've had really cool retail come to us. And you know, we've talked to like Central Market for a while in Texas, and it's definitely on the radar. It's definitely part of the long-term vision to be everywhere, but just want to have like the capacity to go really do it right, because I'm sure, as you guys know, like if you don't do it right, then it's fun to get that first PO, and then it's a nightmare. So,
oh, absolutely, yeah,
that's right. That's right. It can be a dangerous endeavor. Sean, man, we love what you're doing, and we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. Where can people find you, follow you on the internet? I know everybody should go to Wellious, WELLIOUS.co, and get the best almond protein powder on the interwebs. Where can people find you and follow you, man?
Yeah, definitely follow Wellious versus me, because Wellious is a lot more interesting than me personally. But yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. I haven't posted in a while, but I'm on there. And I do have an Instagram where we post some of the Wellious content from. If you look up Sean Hall Wellious, you probably find that if you want to, but I'm not doing too much personally interesting out there. But yeah, if you have anything interesting, you can always email me too, Sean@wellious.co.
Amazing. We appreciate you making the time to join us, Sean. We look forward to having you back, brother.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.